Hi, I'm Mike Tove with AIN Services.
And I'm Bill Alexander with W.G. Alexander and Associates. We are attorneys that focus on estate planning, elder law, and asset protection.
And welcome to Money Secrets with Bill and Mike. And so, I want to pick up on something from last week because we were talking about forecasting the economy and all of those things. And I think the real concern is that people think they can do things that they really can't do.
Right. Well, today we want to focus on mistakes that people make with their money.
Right.
And so I think this is a great place for us to start. Stay with us. We have to take a short break.
Right. And we'll be right back and we're going to talk about this. It's time to take control of your retirement. Join me, Mike Tove, from Money Secrets with Bill and Mike, as I'm coming to a city near you. Seating is limited, so please call ahead to reserve your spot at 1-800-363-2296 and take control of your retirement. I look forward to seeing you there.
Uptone Pictures is a full-service script-to-screen production company which can help you create the proper messaging for any number of applications, with spacious state-of-the-art studio offering green screen, mocap, and practical stages, along with a team of professionals who will make you and your business shine. So what are you waiting for? Call us at 919-649-3587 and schedule your appointment today. It's time we put your imagination into motion.
The attorneys at W.G. Alexander and Associates focus on three core areas: asset protection, estate planning, and elder law. Bill Alexander, a lawyer for over 40 years, enjoys the highest attorney ratings possible. We provide free monthly seminars on how to get Medicaid and VA benefits. Find us at WGAlaw.com or call at 919-256-7000. W.G. Alexander and Associates is here for you.
Hey, I'm Dr. Tim Weir. I live in the Triangle just like you, and I'm always looking for things to do. I love to cook, I love to travel, I love to talk to people who love what they do, and you can join me because I have a television show on CW22. Life is all about choices. The choices I make today determine my future tomorrow. I want to see you love life too. It's fabulous. See you then.
And welcome back. So,
well, Mike, truthfully, the secret to making money is pretty simple. You buy low,
and sell
high.
Right.
So why is it that we make so many mistakes?
Well, because everybody chases returns without understanding the importance of one other component, and that is risk. Now, we're all aware of that vaguely, but let me use an example that I use in my presentations. And so imagine for a moment if I was to lay a board, let's call it 100 feet long, a foot wide, an inch or two thick.
Okay.
On the ground.
Supported well.
Just on the ground. It's just on the ground.
Okay.
And on one end of the board, I have a great big bag of cash.
Great.
And all you have to do to get the bag of cash is walk across the board, not fall off, and you can pick it up. And if you step off the board, sorry, you got to sit down. You don't get your money.
As long as you're sober, sounds good, sounds easy.
Okay. So who wouldn't do that? Everybody would,
I think
right?
everyone would. That sounds like easy money.
Easy money. Now I'm going to do one other thing. I'm going to add a little risk. I'm going to stretch the board across a canyon. It's 1,000 feet down.
Ooh.
And the board's icy. And there's a 60-mile-an-hour crosswind.
Ooh.
Who's doing it now? I'm going to put an extra $1,000 in the bag.
I don't think that matters.
No. I just increased the risk and I changed the equation.
No question about it.
And so you have to look at, now that's silly to an extent, but you've got to look at the risk as well as the return. And this comes back to something that financial advisors typically do not do, and it's something called, well, it's a four-letter word.
What's that?
Math.
Ah, yes, you're right
There's,
about that.
there's math involved, and advisors typically don't do it. But it's necessary to look at both components with some seriousness, because an investment that maybe has slightly less return, but a much higher probability of getting there, is a better place to be than one with a higher possibility but a very little chance of success. I mean, the number one greatest risk return proposition I know of is the lottery. You get an amazing return if you are the one.
Okay.
But at odds of what,
And
200
it-
or 300 million to
And
one?
it's the dumbest thing anybody can absolutely do. They might have fun with it, but they're going to lose their money.
Right. And so the risk is so high, it's evidence that just because you're chasing return doesn't mean you're going to get there.
No question about it. And of course, the biggest mistake you see people not understanding how the markets work. The bottom line is oftentimes they don't get in, they don't buy until they think the market is safe.
Right.
And then, which is typically towards the end.
Well, this is exactly what the research has shown, is that there was a research paper that came out in Morningstar. And then there's been multiple papers from the Dalbar Research Group that have demonstrated that people that are actively trying to time the market underperform the market, and the biggest reason is that they're failing to do the proper timing. They get in late, they get out early, they are always reacting to what has already happened.
Well, and part of the problem is there's so much that's pushed at you in the media, in the papers, about how well the market is doing. Why not, anybody can make money doing it. Let's get in.
Well,
and it always seems to be near the top of the market. And then, so you put money in, and then the market falls and you've lost 30 or 40% of what you invested. And an awful lot of folks will say, oh, I can't afford to lose that kind of money. I'm going to get out of the market.
Right.
So they buy at the wrong time and they sell at the wrong time.
and then there's one other concern that gets in the way, and that we've talked about this, and that is taxes.
Right.
And so you have taxes and you have fees that are knocking you back on the total profits. It's easy to sit there and look at the raw numbers on a spreadsheet,
Right.
but you don't put into the equation those other components, nor do you put into the equation the time value of money. So you see a raw return over the course of a few years, and you think, oh, I'm doing great. But when you put in taxes and inflation and fees, your return isn't what you think it's going to be.
Right.
So those are the mistakes that get made from an investment standpoint.
Well, when we come back, we really need to talk about some other mistakes as well as the economy and how that affects the
Absolutely.
markets.
So let's stay tuned and we'll be right back.
Have you ever made a bad investment that you don't mind sharing?
No, pretty solid investments. I stay in the middle of the road.
Yes, I have made a bad investment in the past. The triangle scams that people used, I've gotten caught onto a time or two.
I don't think so. I've been pretty lucky in life as far as investments. I haven't really made any bad ones. Just a few in the stock market that didn't pan out real well, but other than that, no real bad investments.
Ever made a good investment? Yeah, I bought some stock that went straight through the tank. So you live and learn.
The attorneys at WG Alexander and Associates focus on three core areas: asset protection, estate planning, and elder law. Bill Alexander, a lawyer for over 40 years, enjoys the highest attorney ratings possible. We provide free monthly seminars on how to get Medicaid and VA benefits. Find us at WGAlaw.com or call at 919-256-7000. WG Alexander and Associates is here for you.
Uptone Pictures is a full-service script-to-screen production company which can help you create the proper messaging for any number of applications, with spacious state-of-the-art studio offering green screen, mocap, and practical stages along with a team of professionals who will make you and your business shine. So what are you waiting for? Call us at 919-649-3587 and schedule your appointment today. It's time we put your imagination into motion.
It's time to take control of your retirement. Join me, Mike Tove, from Money Secrets with Bill and Mike, as I'm coming to a city near you. Seating is limited, so please call ahead to reserve your spot at 1-800-363-2296 and take control of your retirement. I look forward to seeing you there.
Just because you're in an accident but didn't ride in one of these doesn't mean that you didn't get injured.
Hello, I'm Dr. Tim Weir, and after 35 years in practice, I can tell you a lot of times an injury doesn't show up for 2 to 3 days after an accident. So if you've been in an accident, don't delay any further. Call my office today.
Raleigh Spine and Injury Chiropractic. Just when you thought nobody cared. Call 790-1332 right now.
Hey, and welcome back. So I want to pick up on this idea of forecasting the economy.
Or forecasting the market is another way to say it.
And the problem with that is that certainly there's a large contingent within the world of economics out there. It's called behavioral economics. I tend to be a behavioral economist in my thinking. And that is that markets are random. They behave, they move. The greatest movements that we see in markets are to unexpected events, especially the bad ones.
Right.
So something comes in that's not forecast, bam, we have a problem. Markets crash and burn. Nobody worries when markets go up above what they're supposed to.
Well, you know, sometimes the market will go up unexpectedly or down expectedly because of things that Congress do or the Federal Reserve does. But there's also so many other factors in it that go way beyond that.
Right. The biggest market corrections we've seen in the last few years, after the blow up of 2008 with the mortgage crisis,
Right.
which that was foreseeable, except nobody seemed to see it.
Right.
Our short-term events that we don't see coming. We had 2 corrections in 2015 that were related to China devaluing currency. We had a near correction in 2014 due to an Ebola scare in the United States.
Right. Another one was when we were attacked and the World Trade Center crashed.
Right. And none of these were predictable events.
Right.
So forecasting markets really is a game for someone with a crystal ball.
Well, the truth is that if you get right down to it, the markets are based on emotional decisions of hundreds of thousands of people, and how would you know what all of those folks are thinking about at any particular time? It's a guessing game.
It is a guessing game.
I mean, the markets are random.
Yes. And Professor Schiller from Yale University won a Nobel Prize not that many years ago for actually demonstrating that. And
although on the other, I mean, to listen to us, it would sound like, well, there's never a good time to invest.
No.
But the truth is that if you look at the stock market over a long period of time,
it's a good place to be.
You can see that over just about any 15-year period, the markets tend to go up around 7 to 8% per year.
Right.
Well,
and
that's a very positive thing.
But the operative words that you used was the time.
Right.
And this is the mistake that people make. They try to time the markets instead of just taking the old school advice of invest for the long term.
Right.
And
in other words, stay in the market.
Get in, stay in until such a time. And again, it has to do with time horizons.
Right.
So if you are young, if you're in your 20s, in your 30s, 40s, you should not only be getting in, but you should be constantly feeding the kitty. You should be taking advantage of something called dollar cost averaging, which is where you're putting in new money every single month.
But Mike, what about the fact that our circumstances change as we grow older? You know, we reach 65, we retire, we're now on a fixed income.
Well,
does that make a difference?
It makes a huge difference. And this is the key, and it's one of the secrets to sound financial planning is that you have to recognize your stage in life, and you have to adapt what is going on with you in terms of your financial planning to be appropriate for where you are in life. When you've got more years in front of you than you have in the rear view mirror, that's the time to be putting the money in. But at the same token, when that view is reversed,
well, in other words, there's no one set strategy that fits everybody. In other words, everyone's an individual, everyone has separate needs, separate issues, and so each one should have a different kind of investment plan.
But the investment plans change as you change in your stage of life as well.
Absolutely.
So it's all customized to an individual where they are today.
Sure.
And today with a forward view. So you always have to start from now and then look forward.
Right.
So we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back. There's one more area of mistakes that I think we need to cover. So stay tuned.
What is a trust fund?
A trust fund is something that the rich old parents give to you, and you can take drugs all day long and enjoy it when you're 18 years old. So you don't have to be smart and work for a living. I wish I had one.
Honestly, I really don't know.
A trust fund is set up by an individual for their children, grandchildren, or whatever to ensure their financial stability at later when you die and so forth.
I know people that have them, and I don't have one. I've always worked for my money.
It's time to take control of your retirement. Join me, Mike Tove, from Money Secrets with Bill and Mike, as I'm coming to a city near you. Seating is limited, so please call ahead to reserve your spot at 1-800-363-2296 and take control of your retirement. I look forward to seeing you there.
Uptone Pictures is a full-service script-to-screen production company which can help you create the proper messaging for any number of applications, with spacious state-of-the-art studio offering green screen, mocap, and practical stages, along with a team of professionals who will make you and your business shine. So what are you waiting for? Call us at 919-649-3587 and schedule your appointment today. It's time we put your imagination into motion.
The attorneys at W.G. Alexander & Associates focus on 3 core areas: asset protection, estate planning, and elder law. Bill Alexander, a lawyer for over 40 years, enjoys the highest attorney ratings possible. We provide free monthly seminars on how to get Medicaid and VA benefits. Find us at WGAlaw.com or call at 919-256-7000. W.G. Alexander & Associates is here for you.
Hey, I'm Dr. Tim Weir. I live in the Triangle just like you, and I'm always looking for things to do. I love to cook, I love to travel, I love to talk to people who love what they do, and you can join me because I have a television show on CW22. Life is all about choices. The choices I make today determine my future tomorrow. I want to see you love life too. It's fabulous. See you then.
Welcome back. So Bill, we've been talking about the financial side of things, but you're an attorney.
Right.
And I think there's probably a lot of mistakes that folks make with regard to your side of the equation.
Well, they're huge mistakes that folks make. The biggest mistake goes back to the same question of when do we get started? So the biggest mistake for most families is simply procrastination, not getting your legal documents done. That's huge. Folks don't, and they need to go to a good attorney for that advice. The thing about, there are sources out there like LegalZoom that seem to be, yes, it's a low cost type of thing, but you get what you pay for, when most people truly could benefit by going to an experienced estate planning and or elder law attorney. That's what's so important. For older clients, what we might call seniors, the biggest mistake that so many folks have is not having an appropriate power of attorney. And the reason is most attorneys do not give folks a robust power of attorney. As you get older, in order to stay in control, you really need to have a robust power of attorney where you authorize a trusted person that you've appointed to be able to make significant changes in how you own your property in order to protect it. It's one of the key things about asset protection.
But one of the things, let me jump in, because one of the things that I hear a lot of is people say, oh, I have one of those.
That's the problem, is that you might have one that you prepared yourself or even an attorney prepared, but as you get older, you need a different kind of document. There are so many options that people can have with a prepared will and power of attorney and a trust. And of course, trusts are a whole different things. They're wonderful for folks who have more sophisticated plans that they want to do. But the biggest mistake that families make who have decided to use a trust-based plan is that they never put their property into the trust. So they have a worthless piece of paper.
Right.
And it's a huge mistake. I would say 75% of the folks who ask me to review their trust documents, the first thing I ask is, okay, what's in your trust? And they look at me blankly like, well, what do you mean? Isn't this enough? And I say, absolutely not. You have to put your property into the trust for the trust to work. So and the same thing is true for so many wills won't work because of the way people own their property. Another mistake, and this is a mistake that many lawyers make, is the fact that they don't help their clients change how they own their property. The title to the property directs where that property is going to go when they die. And it's so important that they understand how their documents and how their title to property work together, just like their insurance plan has to work together and their financial plan has to work together with their legal documents. That coordination is so important.
And one of the things that I hear a lot that I know you're going to jump on is that people will say, well, it's all going to be fine. When I die, everything will go to my kids and it'll be hunky-dory and it'll bypass probate and that's all I need.
Well, and half the time they're wrong, and it doesn't work that way. Another issue is that people don't review what they've done. Some of the biggest lawsuits that have occurred has been because a person failed to change a beneficiary after they divorced or after a spouse died, those kinds of things where they just blew their plan by not looking back at what they should have done.
We're running out of time here today, but I can tell you that we have some specific discussions of this in our book, Money Secrets with Bill and Mike.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be right back after a short break. Please stay tuned. And welcome back.
So Mike, what's our money secret today?
I've got 3 of them.
Okay,
number 1, don't procrastinate. Okay. 2, get some good advice.
Well, get started.
Get started.
Don't procrastinate, and get to a good advisor, an experienced advisor, whether it's a lawyer or a financial advisor. It's important to see those financial advisors and attorneys who can really help you.
And 3, buy our book.
Oh, yes, of course. That's a good way to get started.
Yes, it is. So anyway, thank you for watching. We'll be back next week with another episode of Money Secrets with Bill and Mike. See you then.
You've been watching Bill and Mike with Money Secrets. Bill Alexander is an attorney with W.G. Alexander and Associates in Raleigh. They focus on estate planning, asset protection, and elder law. Find them at wgalaw.com. You can catch Bill on the radio on Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. with Asset Protection Today on WPTF 680 AM. And come join him on every second Wednesday of the month for a free seminar. Just call 919-256-7000 for more information. That's 919-256-7000. Mike Tove is a financial planner with AIN Services. They can be reached for all your planning needs at 1-800-363-2296 or online at ain-services.com. You can also join Mike Tove for seminars on how to take control of your retirement. Just call 1-800-363-2296 to find out when he will be in a city near you.
Would you like a copy of the new book, Money Secrets with Bill and Mike? Visit us at moneysecretstv.com. That's moneysecretstv.com. Would you like a copy of the new book, Money Secrets with Bill and Mike? Visit us at moneysecretstv.com. That's moneysecretstv.com.